Let's talk about this first full moon of the calendar year 2024 that is coming up on January 25th and happening in Leo. So what we're going to do, as always, is share the screen so you can see a little bit of the astrology that is going on when we look at this amazing chart. And so what we're looking for here, of course, is the moon for the full moon. It is happening in Leo at 5 degrees and 14 minutes, directly opposite the sun at 5 degrees and 14 minutes, which of course creates the full moon scenario for us. The moon being opposite the sun means that it catches all the light from the sun and allows us to be able to see the fullness of the moon, or at least the side of the moon that is facing us. So one of the first things that we like to think about when we're thinking about how is this moon, what is going on with it, is who is the dispositor or the ruler of the sign of the lunation, in this case, the full moon. And that is actually the sun. So when we think about the sun and we think about how is the sun doing right now, believe it or not, this is not the sun's favorite place to be. Why? And I think that you'll be able to get this. So I will give you the answer in 3, 2, 1. Exactly. The sun is in detriment in Aquarius. So we know this because if the sun rules Leo and is in the opposite sign of the rulership, then the sun is not in domicile, it is in detriment. So amazing job if you picked up on that. And if not, now you know. And that goes for all the planets. When they are in their domicile, they are domicile. When they are in the opposite sign of their domicile, that is considered detriment. It is another layer of the resources that a planet has to be able to fulfill what it wants to do. The sun wants to do solar things, and in Aquarius, it does not have the resources available to be able to do that as well as it could were it in Leo, where it literally has all the resources. It is at home, its favorite food is in the fridge, they have everything that they need. In Aquarius, they are out, they forgot to pack a snack, and they are kind of on their own with that and just have to make do. So that is the idea of a planet in detriment. It does not have the resources to fulfill its significations to the best of its ability. Now, so we're thinking about that, and this happens every year, where the moon will be in Leo and the sun will be opposite, and they will have this. So it's not like it's a particularly horrible time. It is the full moon in Leo, which always means that the sun is in Aquarius. We deal with this every year, so it's not so bad. But when we think about what else is going on, who else is in the conversation, now we can look over here to Jupiter. Jupiter is in a square with the sun and the moon. And I know what you're thinking. A square is typically a challenging aspect. However, Jupiter is the greater benefic. Jupiter really only knows how to expand or do good or say yes. So in this case, it actually is still bonifying or creating a benefit for this situation. And what we can see is the sun is applying to the square with Jupiter, as is the moon. So this is something that is coming into being. It is applying, it is a potent energy ready to occur that the moon is bringing to us a little bit early. So Jupiter kind of helping us out with that one. And when we think about Pluto over here, because I know people are probably looking at Pluto right there, the sun is separating from Pluto by a solid 5 degrees, which is pretty good. We had the conjunction with the sun and Pluto on the 20th. So if you're like, what did that bring? That's the day that you want to look at to see what the sun conjunct Pluto ingress Aquarius situation brought about. And we might notice that whatever happened around that time does start feeling a little bit more personal at this time because the moon has sort of activated that a little bit of conjunction that is going on. So those are our main things that are really going on as far as the astrology of this. It's the pretty simple full moon as far as full moons, especially recently, have gone. And so now we get to just say, great, what do we do with this? So it's a full moon, it's in Leo. We think about what Leo means for us, and we think about where Leo is in our charts. And the typical themes that Leo likes to do are exuberance, confidence, expression, and making things feel fun and energized. So where can you do that in your life right now? Where do you feel called to do it? And if you're looking for a little extra inclination towards that, where is Leo in your chart? Of course, on TikTok and Instagram, I will have already posted the horoscope, so you can go and get sort of inspiring question that will motivate you towards something that I've already figured out for you, how Leo is affecting your chart with this full moon. But another thing that I think is really going to be helpful, considering it's Leo and Aquarius, bringing those two into conversation together. It's where do you feel you fit most, expressing yourself to the fullest, and in what community? So it's finding yourself in community around you, finding the friend groups or the social groups or the circumstances where you can be who you are, and the people and the circumstances around you support that and encourage it as well. So an affirmation for this is, I surround myself with people and situations that I can serve with my genius. My rising tide raises all sails. This is to give you permission that what you're doing, what your passion is useful, is beneficial, is something that is a blessing to others, and there is a space for it. So I surround myself with people and situations that I can serve with my genius. My rising tide raises all sails. Do what you love and share it with others. And I hope that that feels really doable. I hope it feels exciting. If you are someone who is coming to sacred spaces, I hope that this is the answer to that prompt for you. And I will be so excited to see you there. I hope you have a lovely, lovely full moon in Leo.